All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Gaming City tier list. I am today's host, Corn, and I am here with the other Gaming City guys. How are y'all doing today?
Chilling.
What's up?
Yo.
So today we're going to be doing a Pixar movie tier list. Now,
Yes.
for the viewers out there who might be confused because Isaac was a bit confused, these are indeed all of the Pixar films. Other movies like Moana or Encanto are Disney films. So, just
Disney
to clear that
Studios.
up. Yeah.
I was confused.
Well,
Yes,
you
you
were a
were.
bit confused in the beginning.
all
You were like, wait,
witness.
what? Like, where's this movie?
We
Where's this
witnessed
movie?
Behind
Didn't you say
closed doors.
Encanto was Pixar? Didn't you say Encanto was Pixar?
I didn't say Encanto was Pixar.
No, we
I
didn't
thought,
say
is
that
it
at all.
Pixar? I was like, is it Pixar? Question mark.
Oh, he has
But anyways,
Oh my
guys.
God.
But anyways, guys, we are going to start off this list with A Bug's Life, which I'm not sure if it's their first film or not. I believe it is. Is it? Is it the very first?
It's one of the very first.
One of the
films
very
he made.
first, right?
Yeah.
Didn't Toy Story come out from?
Yeah, I think Toy Story
I
came
knew
out in
that.
1997.
Okay. We'll start going down right now. HBH, thoughts on A Bug's Life?
As
a kid, honestly, I watched the crap out of all these, especially Bug's Life. I enjoyed it for what it was, and years later, come to find out that I believe this film was highly inspired by Akira Kurosawa's film, The Seven Samurai. It is legit The
What
Seven
the
Samurai. In a way, if you watch,
Oh,
watch that movie and compare it, you'll see it somewhat beat by beat. Like, okay.
Pulling out facts.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
I can't say it's timeless, but I will say it's great. I honestly love for what it was. I'll just say it's great. Honestly, I loved it. It's just
Okay.
pretty good.
David, you're up next.
Like Julian said, Bugs Life, VHS, we were all there.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
It's so
I believe
good.
it is.
But the Bugs Life was so good. Like HBA said it, I watched it so many times. Honestly, going back at it and we're rewatching it, it's really cool. You know, now having more of a mature mindset, you kind of understand some of the jokes they say. But yeah, honestly, for me, it's timeless. It's one of my favorite Pixar films.
We have a timeless. All right.
Okay.
XI, thoughts?
Yes. I'll say this: I only watch Bugs Life, like I say, like 2 or 3 times, because
Okay.
there's a movie in here that really took me from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But I have watched the Bugs Life. It's a really good film, I say, and I will give it a timeless. You know, the history behind it, and the starting of Pixar and all that, and plus it was a really good movie. Yeah, I'll give it a timeless.
Nick, rubbing your hands already. What you got to say?
Go watch it. Timeless.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
All right.
Nothing to say after
Well,
that.
Honestly, there's not much I can say that'll take it away from timeless. I think it's a great movie. I wouldn't say it's timeless. I love the movie. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good movie. I would recommend all you youngins to go watch it. But I'd say it's great. But overall, Bug's Life is getting a timeless. Pixar's more recent movies, Brave. HBH, thoughts on Brave? I'm sure you've seen Brave.
Yeah, I've seen Brave. I have to say it's great. It kind of hits
Okay.
close to home considering the complications with the mom and the daughter.
Right.
Won't get too into it because it's a bit personal, but that right there, I so happened to be around that kind of what was going on between them 2, so I relate to it more just because of that. I wouldn't say it's like, oh, it's one of the best. No, I'd say like if I was to rank it 8 out of 10. But besides that, personally, it's just a good movie. I'd say give it a watch 1 or 2 times. It's not soul or freaking up, but it's pretty up there. So I'd say great.
Great. Okay.
The good days.
David.
Honestly, I've never watched Brave,
Oh,
so
Okay.
I don't have no say on this.
So we have a not seen. Okay. XI.
This is preposterous.
yeah. I like the take on the princesses in this, because this is I believe this is one of the first takes where they
Competition.
they moved from the just the princess aspect of like finding the loved one and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
One of
way
the
different from
starting-
any other princess. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love her little brothers. I feel like their parts were the most
yeah.
hilarious parts.
They
I
never
I
talk.
love.
They
It's
never
my turn,
talk.
Nick. It's my turn, Nick.
I'm saying they never
It's my
talk.
turn, Nick.
I'm just saying.
It's my turn. And then the animation was.
Oh my god.
I'll say that. Hey, dude. I like to say the animation was, I'd say, really well done in this one as
Okay.
well. When
Yeah,
I don't know if
was.
you remember that scene where she shot the arrow and then it went to another arrow and how slowly
yeah.
it went to that. I'll say it's
Mhm.
I'll give it a great. That's great. This
Okay.
is a great movie.
That was a great. All right, Nick.
You
Oh boy. Oh boy.
That's oh
had to
man.
change your fate. Would ya? That's all I
This
got.
guy.
What's it called? It was for me.
He actually said the line.
It's
jeez.
good. I'd say it's good because I wish they went more into the lore and stuff, like the wisp and everything they had, like the witch lady and all that. But hopefully they come out with a second one. I would think because the lore is pretty interesting, like how she
Yeah.
became a bear and all that, like the dealing with the wisp. So overall I say good.
Well, me personally, I think Brave is. I've only seen it a handful of times. I want to say I'm gonna be honest. I've only watched it like once.
Nope.
So I don't remember too much from the movie, but from what I can remember, I'm gonna leave it right here on good. I think it's a good movie. I wouldn't say it's great. I wouldn't say it's timeless. I say it's good. So overall, guys, what are we thinking for Brave?
Good.
There goes the tiebreaker.
There goes
All right, there goes the tiebreaker. That is David. All right, good. Okay. Now, this is a film I know that I'm pretty sure we have all seen. Cars.
Life is the highway.
HBH. What have you got to say about Cars? The first one.
It's pretty good. I'd say it's pretty good.
Hmm.
Just a young racer trying to get into the piston cup. You know, ambitious, all that jazz. You know.
Yeah.
And then, him realizing, you know what? It's just a cup. So.
I mean, that is the realization at the end. It's just a cup. Like, literally,
Yeah,
it's
dude.
just a cup.
It's just
Yep.
a stinking cup.
Exactly.
Who pissed
But-
whose cup?
Cars, the first one. It was really good to me. I used to like Cars back then, when I was a kid.
Mhm.
This was really good. Pixar did a really good iteration of Cars speaking because that kind of sounds silly at the time, but they really knocked it out of the park in my opinion. I mean, my nephews are watching it right now. Like it's like I feel like it's timeless, and I feel like
Huh.
this movie will never go away. Honestly,
Dang.
Okay. XI, thoughts on Cars?
I'll say timeless for the first one. Yeah.
Woo!
I was gonna
Okay.
say great, but I've noticed like how everybody really liked the first one. Plus, you can't get rid of that song. "Life Is a Highway."
Life is a highway.
Oh, yeah.
Rascal Flatts. You can't get rid of that
Ah.
song, man.
It's a banger.
But yeah, I'll give it a timeless. I really like the story, everything. The lowrider.
Nick.
I gotta give it a timeless too because it's like something that will stick with like every generation, just like Bugs Life will stick with every generation.
Yeah,
Like it's a very
absolutely.
timeless movie.
Absolutely. Yeah. I agree. This is a movie that I would watch as a kid as well. My little brother, he would love watching this movie. It's just, so many good memories with this movie, and it's a really good movie. So I'm also giving it a timeless. So Cars 2, HBH, your thoughts?
Oh.
Is this the one where they go to England, right?
No,
Yeah.
they go to London,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh well,
They
London.
go
Yeah,
everywhere.
they go to London.
They go everywhere.
that's
They go everywhere. This movie.
No, not London, Japan. I meant not.
They go all over the place.
everywhere, Nick. They go
Yes,
in Japan.
They go
London,
everywhere. Okay, they go
Italy.
Yeah, they go around
Under the
world.
water with
They're
a submarine.
spies, bro.
Spy mission.
everywhere.
Stupid.
Car surprise.
I honestly didn't like this one. I didn't like it because mainly the whole movie was about one specific character. Yes, the main character was there, but the side character that I think we all know who I'm talking about here was the main like
Mater.
advertisement.
We're talking about Mater, right?
Yes, him.
Okay, yeah.
He was the main like character, which
Mhm.
honestly I feel like they kind of cashed cow on that and said, oh, like all the kids like Mater, so let's make a movie
Mhm.
where Lightning McQueen's there, but Mater's the main thing, and it just bugged me because I wanted to see more of Lightning McQueen. Like I want to see more of that character grow and such. You know, he just
Mhm.
learned that a cup is just a cup and so on and so forth. So when I first, saw the trailer as a kid, I was like, what the heck are they smoking in there? What? I think it's bad. I just, this isn't timeless. This is
Okay.
garbage.
We have a bad
wow.
rating already. Okay. David, thoughts on Cars 2?
I can agree with HBH. I didn't like this movie that much either. I kind of see what they were going with the Grand Prix. I like the Italian car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Italian sports cars. Yeah, they're
Um,
pretty cool.
they try to go with like an F1 type of.
Mhm.
It just didn't work out in my opinion. And then the spying, and then they put so much, like so many things, so many storylines in this movie. I kind of agree with Julian that I kind of wanted to see more of the Queen in
Mhm.
this movie, and it was just so centered around Mater. I mean, Mater's cool, but I always saw him as as a side character,
Mhm.
not a main character. But I would say it's an okay movie.
Okay. XI, your thoughts on
Mm,
Cars 2? Oh boy.
Um, no, I'll say I give it an okay movie.
Okay.
I honestly wish, they gave Mater. I'd rather have a back before Lightning McQueen came into, the movie before Mater met Lightning McQueen. I think that movie would have made more sense instead of
Hmm.
Like a
making this
prequel.
one. Yeah, prequel, because this is the grand, like, grand race, the grand circuit. So there's gonna be like, I think like, I was expecting to see more of Lightning McQueen's, going through like different cars from different all over the place, but it wasn't. It was literally just a spy movie. But overall, I gave it an okay. It was, but yeah, I can honestly just say that because literally it was just a spy movie.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Nick, your thoughts?
This movie was something different from Cars 1 because it didn't
Mhm.
really go into racing. Like that's like the main thing about Cars is racing, but they went into another route. It was amusing. It's amusing and it's something fun to watch, but
hmm
overall it's okay because it's not like Lightning McQueen is, as David said before, the main character, and then he's more of a side character. Mater, it works like that instead of having
Mhm.
Mater as a main character. But yeah.
As for me, I kind of agree with HBH in saying that this is a bad movie. I know it's probably being a little harsh. It is a kids film. I understand that, but it's just,
You were
put
a
a little
kid.
more
You were a
effort
kid.
You
into
were a
it. Like,
kid when you saw it.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I mean,
know.
even as a kid, I didn't like
Man,
watching it.
a preteen.
That's why I only watched it
A
once
preteen.
because it wasn't. It just didn't hit with me. Cars 2 just wasn't good for me. It was bad. But I mean, this isn't my tier list. This is our tier list. So overall, it's getting an okay. Cars 3, HBH. What do you think?
Oh man, I thought it was okay. Like I appreciate the whole Rocky 3 vibes, I suppose.
Yeah.
When he's training the new racer, whatever stuff, because he's like kind of old. It's like, because the main trailer, Lightning McQueen crashing. It's like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah.
And that was the main highlight. It's like, oh dang, you're old, dude. And it's like, no, but he's like saw his new training, his new up and comer racer, and it gave me Rocky vibes. I think Rocky 3, honestly, like when when Balboa and Apollo were in beach like men, like yeah, all that stuff. So it kind of gave me vibes of that. I'm not gonna lie. Other than that, it's okay. It's honestly okay.
David.
Honestly, the only reason why I'm kind of hating on this movie is because I feel like this movie should have been the second movie. Not
Okay.
like I feel like it should have it's just being the third movie. I feel like it was they try to fix what they didn't do in the second movie.
Yep.
And if you think about it, the second movie didn't lead anywhere.
Yeah,
It just literally didn't
it
lead
didn't lead
anywhere.
anywhere. Yeah.
I did like that. Yeah, it just passes the torch. That was really moving. And Doc Hudson, he eventually dies, which is pretty emotional when I saw it. But
Rust away.
I would say it's okay.
Okay. XI.
Nah, I wouldn't give this okay. This is a bad movie.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Hey!
This-
Nah.
If you,
All right.
if you think
Bad.
the second
Okay.
the second one was okay. This one was just bad. This
Huh.
gave, and now that Junior mentioned it, Rocky is actually is very comparable with Rocky 6. I don't know if you guys seen that one. Is when he's
Oh,
an old
yeah.
man and he loses against the young boxer at the very
Yeah.
end. So
This is very heavily Rocky inspired.
Yeah.
It is, dude.
Rocky
Honestly.
inspired movie, big time.
But yeah, I didn't. This movie did not give me a lot of attention. I wish it was just about Lightning McQueen, not this other person that was passed on that we have no connections to.
Yeah.
She literally just came out in this movie out of nowhere, and yeah, that's why I consider this a bad movie. Sorry about that, man. But yeah.
All right. Nick.
This movie started off really good. I liked the racing and everything, and how he was getting outshined by the younger ones, and that Rocky vibe. Like beginning, middle, and then at the end, that's whenever it's like, I did not like the ending. Whenever Lightning McQueen basically, I understand him giving the torch to her during the during
Mhm.
during the ending, but not during a race though. I would like it better if he handed the torch after the race, whenever he won, because he was about to win. Honestly,
Mhm.
if you were looking at the movie, he was about to win, but then he handed the torch to I think she's a Camaro or something, but they
Mhm.
handed the torch to her, and that's what ruined it for me. So I got to give it an okay, because the
Okay.
beginning and middle were good, and then the ending, somebody we don't know that much, as what XI said.
I agree with mostly everyone when I say when y'all say that this is an okay movie. Now that y'all mention it, I do get Rocky vibes from it. At the time when I watched it, I wasn't thinking at all of Rocky. I was just thinking, oh, it's a Cars movie. But now now thinking about it, it does give off that Rocky vibe. But overall, I still think it's an okay movie. Coco. Now we all
Ooh.
here are, Hispanics, and I don't think it should affect the way we feel about this movie. But anyways, HBH, your thoughts on Coco?
Timeless. It's freaking timeless. No one can tell me otherwise. I know I
All
love
right.
Encanto, but this right here slaps. It slaps. The animation, amazing. The story, pretty freaking great. It's
The
relatable.
music.
And so many. Hold on. Let me praise this movie for a bit. The story, very relatable. I can honestly relate to this movie very, very much. And it's like, holy crap. It just hooks you in immediately. And the music. Sheesh. Amazing. Even that tearjerker. I didn't think I was gonna cry. Everyone told me you're gonna cry. I'm like, I don't think
Pretty
I cried.
emotional stuff.
I was like, stop, please. But honestly, dude, yeah, it's timeless. Like I could see myself watching it 5 years from now, or my kids watching it, because
Absolutely.
it's so freaking amazing. Just do yourself a favor, go watch it again, and yeah, that's all I gotta say on that.
David, thoughts on Coco?
HBH said it best. This is timeless for me. It might be like I'm being a little bit biased, but honestly, I don't care. It's
Yeah.
like HBH says, like it does relate to you,
Yeah.
especially with the end with the grandma, and
Oh,
it did shed a
Mama
tear. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But it's the music. Honestly, you should see this even if you don't speak Spanish. You should still see it in Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah, Spanish.
It sounds weird in English. I feel like in general, in any certain language, if it's Japanese or any other language, I feel like you should watch it in the native language.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
Coco was really good. I really loved it. It's timeless.
Absolutely. XI.
It's timeless, man. No other movie can reach this in the I say like in the I'm I'm speaking directly to Encanto. You will never reach this movie. Never. Never. They will never be
Oh
compared.
my God.
Never. But the animation, the music, showing the actual culture,
The actual culture.
beautiful. Dia de los Muertos, everything, dude. This
Absolutely.
movie, and yes, like what David said, watch this. I would watch this in Spanish because it hits harder. But to the people, English is still good.
Oh yeah, it's still very good. Yeah.
But yeah, this movie's a timeless for me, man.
Nick, your thoughts on Coco? I like how everyone's laughing. Oh boy, Nick, your
I
thoughts
gotta-
on Coco?
I gotta give this a good.
Ah! Oh boy. Okay,
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear
The
it.
reason-
but let's
the
hear it.
reason
Let's hear it.
why
Let's hear it. Let's
is
hear it.
because
Let's hear
it felt like the same as the Book of Life. A Dream's work made in 2014, 4 years before Coco was made. It felt like the Book of Life. The story felt kind of predictable too, to me. Like I knew like, yeah, this guy has to be evil or something, and then this guy has to be related to him or something. It was pretty predictable for me, and overall, the animation's good, everything, but story-wise, it was pretty predictable, and it felt like as I said, the Book of Life, but overall good for me.
Well,
This boy
felt-
said the Book of Life.
I feel like David saw this coming because he started laughing as soon as I gave Nick the mic. Me, obviously I am giving Coco timeless because I mean it's just I try not to be biased, but this is a Hispanic movie. I am Hispanic, so this is very relatable. It hits to home. It hits very close to home, and it's a really good movie, and I really enjoy it. Now, this is a movie I'm pretty sure we've all seen as kids.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Yes.
this I hope
Yes.
everyone agrees on a certain thing. I'm not gonna say it yet, but Finding Nemo, HBH. Let's hear your thoughts.
I could be biased, but I don't care. I'm gonna say timeless. Purely because I watched this movie a lot as a kid, and growing up, I understand the father more. I understand why he was such being so sheltered to his only kid, because in the beginning you see like this electric eel or some sort of predator
Mhm.
literally slaughter his whole family. It was so
was a
eerie and
barracuda.
creepy. There we go.
Oh, the Barracuda.
Yeah, like I think there wasn't that much worse. You just saw the father going back, and then you see like a stare off, and it's just like he looks at the eggs, looks at him. Then, oh my goodness, it was so like as a kid, I was just like, oh, they all died.
Mhm.
What? Huh? I was like, whoa. And it's like you just understand the father more, and then the father realized, and then towards the film, towards the end, the father realized like, okay, I should ease off my son. He's he needs to live life and such, and go out into the world. Dory, freaking cool. I liked her. She made me laugh every time. She was freaking hilarious. How forgettable she could be. And of course, William Dafoe was in this movie. He was the scarred fish.
Oh, yeah.
Was he
He was-
really?
I
didn't
Oh
know
my
that.
God, I'm just realizing that. Holy
I
crap!
didn't know that, bro.
And he
Wow.
was dope.
All right, David,
Hmm.
let's hear it.
I gotta agree with HBH. I saw this movie so many times. So like you don't know how many times I saw this as a kid. This is honestly one of my favorite best movies of all time. It's very relatable as now as you have a mature mind and you can look back at it and you can see the message. It's crazy what Pixar used to. It's crazy what they can do, man. Like honestly, the messages they put in for kids. It was really really good. Like HBA said, Dory. Even though I don't like Ellen DeGeneres, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nemo. It's really really good. This is timeless to me.
XI.
It's alright. Come on, dude. It's timeless.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be even going nowhere near
Shouldn't even
any
be a
of the
debate.
categories. Shouldn't even be a great. Should just be timeless. Yeah, everything's amazing about this. F that little girl. That's all I gotta say.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I
A
don't know
menace.
what her name was, but yeah.
That's
Darla.
that's the girl from Turning Red.
Oh, no.
Isn't it Darla? Like
Darla. There
Darla,
we go.
yeah.
Darla.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it. And you know who's the goat in that movie?
Hmm.
The seagull boy. Woo!
The seagull.
Oh, that's
Oh, you talking about
right.
the pelican?
The pelican.
Yeah, the pelican. I mean,
The
yeah,
Oh,
seagull.
it's still a bird. It's still a bird.
But XI, have you said your piece, or you want to say a little more?
Yeah, it's timeless.
Nick.
Timeless. Everybody already said everything.
Yep.
Basically, what everybody said. Timeless.
I also agree with everyone here. I really have nothing more to say. Y'all literally said everything there is to say. Like, this movie is timeless. No if and or buts about it. This is a timeless movie. Now, the sequel to this movie, Finding Dory. Oh boy. Oh man, I can't wait to get to Nick after that reaction. HBH, thoughts on Finding Dory?
Mm,
Ooh.
it's somewhere between good and okay, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
I say good. Just pretty good.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, I very much like the conclusion that, you know, her parents and such, how they finally reunited in this film. I pretty much appreciate that. But honestly, there isn't much. Like, I'm not saying this movie's bad or anything. It's good. You know, give it a watch. Like, it's pretty good. It's pretty all right. You know, Dory, we're exploring her, seeing more about her, how they separated, and how, you know, she tries to find them and such. So I thought it was pretty right for that. I appreciate the meme that came out of it. That one,
The
Walt-
seals.
there we go. That one dude just freaking looks all ridiculous. Like, what the heck? Yeah, I'd say it's pretty good. Honestly, not much to say. Just, it's fine there.
David, thoughts?
Never seen it.
Ooh.
Oh,
Put it down there.
Okay.
oh no.
All right. We have another not seen. XI, your opinion on Finding Dory? Oh.
Oh.
But it's let's see what's in the categories. I say it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
I love all the only thing I really love about this movie was seeing the adventure they went through, going inside the aquarium area.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
The squid guy. I mean, not squid guy. The octopus guy, and you know, her finding out that that's the wrong place, either though. But I like that whole sequence right there. But yeah, I give it an okay.
Now, Nick. Oh boy, what have you got to say about Finding Dory?
It's okay. It's just that it didn't feel like a good predecessor to Finding Nemo. Like,
Yeah.
it was story didn't hit that hard.
Yeah.
Like the moral of the message didn't hit that hard. The animation was good. The characters were good, but it's just that the story was kind of okay.
I'll be honest. I've only seen this movie like once, so
God damn.
I don't remember too much about Finding Dory. So for me, from what I remember, it's an okay movie as well. One of the newer movies, Inside Out. HBH, your thoughts on Inside Out?
When I first saw this trailer, I was kind of like, I was intrigued because I was like, huh, this is kind of different. You know, dealing like we're seeing the inside of a, what was she like, 13, whatever, right? Something like that. Yeah, like I guess preteen, whatever. You know,
Yeah.
inside of a mind, like that's pretty intriguing.
What is going on in her head?
Yeah. Anyways, I'd say it's pretty great. At first, I thought it was okay. At first, that was okay, but I think after giving it a couple watches more, I digged how basically in this whole film we're seeing her break down and just slowly towards the finale of like her just crying because all these changes in her life are affecting her head and all these memories of her trying to like coordinate with each other, but clearly it's all jumbled up and it kind of like symbolizes her head's really like not sure how she feels about all this, you know, and where to go with it. I suppose that one tearjerker moment was the imaginary friend, the elephant guy looking thing. Forgot his name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, to be honest, but that was
Bing
kind of
Bong?
like
Bing bong.
Bing Bong. Yeah.
Bing bong.
I was about to
Okay.
say.
Bing bong.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad for him because in the end he was forgotten, and it was again showing her in real life, like oh crap, forgot like a very cool moment in my childhood, and it's like Well, that's messed up. Jeez, what do you got doing there? So yeah, I'd say it's pretty great.
David, let's hear it.
Never seen it.
Another one.
Another
All
nice
right,
enough.
another not
Let's just-
seen.
Oh, we're gonna have a bunch of those.
Let's just
Oh,
stop.
boy.
Let's just stop this tier list and have David. Let's watch it together on Disney Plus. Bro.
Right. XI, your opinion on Inside Out.
Just
Oh,
gonna
boy.
binge 'em all.
Oh.
Looking up
Whoa.
to the heavens again.
Oh, he likes
Oh
this
my
guy right here,
God.
huh? This guy right here. I give that a great movie. I'm about to say good, but I think it's great. I love the concept behind it, of people they're turning the feelings and stuff like that. Gives a lot of It's not just that, but like the ending of the story, how parents are supposed to see how they feel or something like that.
Mhm.
They need to be more active the way our kids are feeling and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Give that an aspect as well. I love the little places she goes to, the little worlds, and I like how core memories, because it's true we all have some type of core memory that
Oh,
we
yeah.
remember a lot, which we can say these movies are like core memories to us.
Mhm.
But yeah, I give it a great.
Nick.
I gotta say it's good overall because the animation was good. I like the way the voice acting was done for like each different emotion, disgust, and all their voice acting was good. The basically what the concept of it was good. What XI said, but sadness kind of got me mad, bro.
Oh
It's
man,
got me
freaking
mad.
sadness. Oh my god, I just wanted to fucking give her one of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the story was good though, but I wouldn't say great, but it was
Mhm.
good.
Personally, I really enjoyed this movie. I would not say timeless, but this is definitely a great movie for me. I really enjoyed this movie.
How many times have you seen this movie?
I've seen it maybe 3 times.
Mm.
Yeah, pretty good movie. I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed this one. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this because it would be no point to save me for last for this one. But I have not seen Luca, so
Mm.
for me, Luca is a not seen.
Mm.
And Julian, sorry, HVH seems a bit offended. HVH seems a bit offended by that. But HVH, your thoughts on Luca?
Man, how could you not have seen Luca? You got David over here, and I got you. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
I thought these people like Italy, bro.
Luca, I'd say it's great. I think I really love it just because of the animation. Story wise, it's pretty all right. It's pretty all right, what were they, like mermaids, something like that, right?
Yeah.
The mermans.
Merman, there we go. My bad. Well, yeah, it was pretty cool seeing this kid come out the water, like, oh, like we're not supposed to come out here, and you got this other guy. I forgot the names, to be honest, but I like that their friendship and whatnot grew over the film, and then you got this third friend coming in, and the other one's just getting kind of jealous, but then understands throughout the movie and such. But honestly, I think I love this just because of its animation and the settings.
David.
Never seen it.
Oh, another one. Oh boy. Okay. XI.
I'm looking the heavens.
I'm looking down.
Looking at David again.
I haven't seen it
Looking at
either.
David again.
I've seen
No!
it.
Oh,
no.
It's unanimous.
Whoa.
There's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason.
Okay, let's hear it.
okay.
I don't like the lore of how people are putting it. That's the reason why I didn't want to give it a chance. The lore of the fans on this movie.
The fanfic stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're a bit weird. I'm not gonna lie.
that's the reason why I didn't
boy.
want to watch it.
This is my first time
Just-
hearing about it. Oh
Just
boy.
ignore the fans and just watch it. It's like
But it was literally this one. It was literally like they gave a lot of it. I was like,
I
I'll
can
probably
only
give it a
imagine
watch.
what you're talking about. Oh boy.
yeah.
But yeah, don't search it up.
Nick.
I gotta say it was great overall. I like their friendship. Their friendship was really good. The animation, water effects, everything. Whew, crisp. I like the little setting too. The little town they were in. It was a cool town. And
Okay.
the ending was pretty good. They kind of didn't go too much into detail with the ending, but they went into more detail because he like goes to a school with that girl at the. Should I spoil it?
I was wondering what happened.
Yo, I'm like, should I spoil it? No.
Honestly, I mean,
Go for it.
Go for it.
yeah,
Her?
I guess.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
go
So
ahead.
that girl that pops up, I forgot what's her name. It's
I
some
I
Italian.
forgot, to be honest. It's some Italian.
But yeah, it was pretty cool having her in the mix with them. Like, first they're like best friends. They start off as best friends, and then after that they meet that girl to help them out get the Vespa. That's what they want, the Vespa.
Oh, that's
Hmm.
But,
right. Vespa, baby.
but yeah, it was a good story over a little small town story too.
Now, this one, I'm sure we've all seen this as well.
Yeah.
Monsters Incorporated, HBH.
Oh man, timeless. I gotta give it timeless. I watched this movie a lot. The dynamic between these two characters. Y'all gotta help me with this. Sully and Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
I love.
Mike Wazowski.
Oh Lord, I'm always watching you. I'm like,
Always watching you.
overall, I think it's timeless. It's pretty freaking funny too. That's about it, honestly.
David, I swear to God.
Dude,
I swear to God.
I've seen
He's
it.
gotta see it.
I love Monsters Inc. It's one of those movies that came. I think all of these movies came at during the same time.
Mhm.
Uh,
I think so, yeah.
Monsters Inc. is one of my favorites as well. Not as big as Finding Nemo, but it was one of my favorites still. Like H8 said, I like the characters. They're all funny.
Funny.
Yeah, to be honest, it's I would agree. It's timeless. I could honestly see myself watching this 30 years from now as an old man.
Oh, dude.
Yes, timeless. Really like this is I think this is the one Pixar film that they really wanted to go like differently, because you know how this movie was with the doors and stuff, and actually
Mhm.
saying monsters. It's funny how they use the concept of kids being scared of looking at like the closets and stuff and trying to make
Yeah.
it a thing. Yeah, I'll give it a timeless.
Nick.
Timeless. Go watch the movie.
All
All
right. Fast, just like that. All right. I also agree with everyone here. Monsters Inc. is just a timeless classic. This is something that will go down for generations, I'd say. But all right. This is also another personal favorite of mine. Oh
Whoa.
boy. Uh-oh.
Whoa.
But Monsters University, HBH. Your thoughts?
I'd say it's pretty great. Definitely not up there with Monsters University. I mean Monsters Inc. Sorry, just because I guess I appreciate the story and whatnot, and the struggle with Mike Wazowski, him trying to be like a scare monster when reality, slaps him in the face and realizes like, oh, I'm not a scary monster at all when he goes into the human world and struggles and such. But overall, I'd say it's a pretty great movie.
David.
Never watched it.
Oh my god.
You're joking, right?
I'm not even joking.
Oh
Never got to watch
my
it.
Goodness. Monsters University has got a not watch. Wow. Just know that it's on Disney Plus. You can watch it.
I wouldn't say I'm really debating on great or good, because I really like, their story before they saw each other and the struggle. I didn't even know they had a university. That's that was literally out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The trailer. I'll give it a great. It's a great movie.
Okay.
I like how their struggles between each other, how they want to be friends, and then stuff like that. One's a jock, one's not. So yeah, I'll give it timeless. I mean, not timeless. Great.
Timeless.
It would never reach the first.
Oh,
one.
he has.
Oh my god.
What the hell?
All right, Nick.
This movie, I
You got some
gotta
beef with it sounds like.
give it a great. It's a pretty
Okay.
good prequel. It shows like where they started and how they got to where they're at now. It's like and plus kind of turned you around whenever they got kicked out of the university. It kind of turned you around, like that's not how they got their jobs. The way they got their jobs was through the mail thing and all that. So yeah, overall, it was great.
Seems like whatever I say will not affect it from moving from great, but personally, this is just me. I think Monsters University is timeless. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I want to say I've watched it more than 5 times. Like I
Oh my
God.
enjoy the hell out of this
my
movie. I
God.
love Monsters University.
Other movies.
This, but no, I enjoy the hell out of this movie. For me, Monsters University is timeless. It captures college very well. Now, this is a movie that a lot of us were talking about before this even started, and
Yeah.
Onward,
Ooh.
HBH. Your thoughts on Onward?
Alright. Earlier I was going a bit ballistic. It's okay.
Oh,
So for me, it's okay. Kind of didn't dig the world
Hmm.
of it. I mean, it's cool. It's cool, but compared to Monsters Inc. or Coco, world building wise, I feel like this one's the weakest. Just because I don't know, it doesn't really invested into it.
David,
Never seen
your
it.
thoughts?
You never
Never seen it.
Never seen it.
No,
Oh, there we go. I mean, David did say earlier there's gonna be a lot of those. So
That's a sound effect
Onward,
right
never
there,
seen.
right?
That's a sound effect every time.
Never seen it. Yeah, make that a sound effect. Never seen it. XI, your thoughts on Onward?
I highly disagree with everybody that hates on this movie. Because this movie, it branches out to, I think if you're in their position, you would understand this and accept it more than what it is. Because the brother, look, the brother was he still had his father, but his father just out of nowhere just passed away.
Mhm.
I'm spoiling the movie, but hey. But the
Just-
brother
just
didn't
the
have the
trailer.
closure with him of even
Yeah.
noticing that he went away. You know what I mean? He still
Mhm.
has some time with him, and his brother never seen it. So you gotta understand that the only person that really raised the little brother was the older brother. And now that I became a bigger brother for my little brother,
Mhm.
not so long ago, I can see it why people really got connected to this movie, and I give I give it a great.
Nick, thoughts on Onward?
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, the story was all right. Everything was okay. I like the world building though. They tried to do like where magic and it's like more
Right.
modern rather than magic was useless. But overall, you see how useful magic is, and it kind of sucks how they never use it again because magic's like
Mhm.
it seemed way more useful the way they showed it than the actual modern stuff they had.
Mhm.
But overall, it's okay.
Personally, I think Onward is a good movie. I wouldn't say it's okay, but I wouldn't say it was great either. I think it's a good movie. I definitely would say that it's worth a watch for sure. Ratatouille, guys. HVH, your opinions on Ratatouille?
Timeless. This movie is timeless. And I will say this: I think this movie is their magnum opus of any cinematic movie.
Whoa!
Why so
Whoa!
highly? Like, I know Incredibles is still there and Toy Story and whatnot. And
Don't
so,
forget Up.
Yeah,
yeah.
Up is really
But
good too. Oh boy.
I think it's timeless just because the story overall, Remy, like trying to make this passion to a dream into reality, something that he's good at, and he's like,
Mhm.
I want to pursue it. I want to keep
Yeah.
going. I don't know. I could watch this any other day, like over and over. Especially the one scene where the critic eats that food and he hits
There's a whole
that
flashback.
nostalgia. Yes.
Yeah, he has that nostalgia moment. Yep.
And it's like, holy jeez, that rat made so good. It reminded me of my mother's cooking. Like, whoa.
Like just how Mama made it. Yeah.
But overall, I say it's timeless.
David.
I swear to God.
I have seen this
How about
movie.
it? You have to have seen Ratatouille, man.
Ratatouille is honestly it blew all the expectations I had for it. I saw it at a very older age.
Right.
Didn't quite see it when I was a kid. Um, but it was really good still. I love it. I like HBH says the cooking scenes when they chop the food. It's and then the story of him trying to be a chef and his parents don't think he should be a chef because he's a rat at the end of the day. But honestly, timeless movie.
Agreed. Timeless. I think this is one of their first cooking movies as well, too, right? Pixar. It was their first only cooking movie.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there's a second one coming. But yeah, I give it a timeless.
All right, Nick.
This movie is timeless. Story was good overall. Finished to start to finish. Progressed really good. The rats, what can I say? Rat patootie.
Rats.
And the most disappointing part of this movie, though, is finding out Ratatouille is bunch of vegetables. It's not pepperoni and cheese
Yeah.
and mozzarella sauce on top. No,
Yeah.
it's
just a bunch of
vegetables.
vegetables.
Which it's like some weird vegetables too. I would not enjoy it. But overall, the movie is timeless.
Yeah, I agree with everyone when y'all say that this is a timeless movie. Another one of their newer movies. I believe this did not come out in theaters. This came out strictly on Disney Plus, I believe.
Christmas Eve,
Soul.
I think. Or was-
HBH.
Yeah, I think it was Christmas Eve.
What do you think about what do you think? What do you think about Soul?
Wait, what do you?
I personally think this movie is timeless. Only because I can kind of connect with the character, because throughout the movie he's trying to become a musician. It's all it's about, and then he dies because he gets the part, and he comes back to life with some other spirit that's coming into the world. But this spirit is special because she's never found her own unique way, the way she is. And throughout the movie,
She's been there for like 200 years, huh? Or like
yeah, she's been there forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the greats have taught her everything they know, but they're like, can't do anything. That's my piece, so why it's timeless.
Never seen it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Really? This is a look. You don't even have to go to the movies to watch this one, dude. have to. But this is, I say, this is timeless. I like the concept of everything.
Okay.
But hey, man, yeah, I love the concept on it. You know how this guy dies so sadly somehow. I wish he would have looked at the
Fell
damn
in a
ground.
pothole.
When he
Yeah,
saw the
He fell in
ground.
a pothole. Yeah, he fell in a manhole. Yep.
But
It was like
yeah,
you're deaf, though. That's the thing.
I give this timeless.
I like this movie's message of like you're finding your purpose in life and all that, but it felt like for a more mature audience, like a more growing audience with Pixar rather than like kids or something. Kids like probably won't even understand
Oh yeah, for sure.
this that much. Like, but the Soul was funny though. The Soul. But overall, I gotta give it a great because it really does go good with like a more mature audience. But I wouldn't say timeless because this isn't really like something you would show your kids or something. Like when they get older, probably yeah. But overall, great.
I personally give Soul a great. I wouldn't say Soul is a timeless movie, but I definitely think it's great. So
It's great.
Oh, there you go.
okay, we're gonna go.
You
ahead
can't
and
say
put
nothing.
We're gonna go ahead and put Soul in the great category.
It's timeless. You know why it's
What the hell
timeless?
is this?
Because this is like one of the only movies that would recommend to like older people.
But only older people.
That's the only
though.
Pixar.
Like,
But this
Bugs
one,
Life, you can recommend to anybody. Cars, you can recommend.
no, Nate, no,
Coco's really just for Hispanics.
no.
Coco
Oh my
honestly is
God.
only for
Yeah,
Hispanics.
yeah. Our kids want to know about the afterlife.
Zero.
Yeah, they do. They do. No, this
Doesn't-
goes for
But
time.
Soul touches on dying.
That's what I'm saying. It's, no,
Well, I think
Older.
every kid gets scared of dying, though, don't they? They're like, "Oh, I don't want to die."
I think that's every age.
I think that's everybody, dude.
That's mostly kids.
Even me.
This is kind of hard to see, but
Ugh, this movie.
The
Ugh.
Good Dinosaur. I'm gonna go ahead and say this, but I have never seen it.
Me neither.
Okay. All right,
There you go.
All right.
This is another movie I'm pretty sure we've all seen. I hope. Looking
we
at
should
you,
already
David.
know we should put it at.
Looking at you, David. HBH, your thoughts on The Incredibles?
Another timeless, bro. Brad Bird does it again. That man's a genius. I don't know what's going on in his brain, but keep it going. I loved it. I watched the movie timeless, countless times. It's so great. The concept of like, what if we have superheroes and what would the government do and so on and so forth. And it kind of dives into that and how basically in the end they got screwed and they have to become the norm.
Yeah.
And you see that effect with Mr. Incredible and Mrs. Incredible, how they have all these unique powers, and Mr. Incredible are like, oh, well, you have these gifts, we need to use them. The kids, Violet and Dash, they have all these amazing, blah, 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 all that, sort of patriotic stuff to the hero side, like, oh, this is for good, this isn't, whatever government thinks. Syndrome, he was dope as heck. That dude slayed heroes. Oh my Jesus,
This guy's up here.
that dude's a real villain. Oh my God, he killed all of the greats. That movie's timeless.
David.
This movie, everything what HBO said, it's just took it out of my mouth. This movie is really good, really great, really awesome, whatever you want to call it.
Incredible.
I watched it so many.
This guy.
I watched it so many times as a kid. And I couldn't wait for the sequel as we all watched it together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would also put it as timeless.
Yeah, I put it in timeless. It's pretty good. I like the buck. The
Pretty
little,
good.
the one of Batman and Robin kind of comparison with Mr. Incredible and the little guy that wanted to be his partner, but he didn't.
Oh,
He said
yeah.
no.
Syndrome? Or
Yeah.
what is it
But
called?
But ended up
Incredible.
pointing into Syndrome.
Incredible, yeah. But yeah, I'll give it a timeless. Really, really great movie.
Timeless. It was amazing, incredible, as what David said. Uh,
I don't think that was David that said it. That was you.
but I like how like it shows like the issues like with a family and all that, like how a family takes care of like a family of superheroes, how they take care of their issues. They're like the whole concept. I like the whole laboratory and everything, the animation, their little powers too. And overall, whew, timeless movie. We'll watch it over and over.
Personally, yes. I also agree with everyone else. Calm down. I agree with everyone else. And this is a timeless movie. I loved it as a kid and I watched it so many times. Absolutely timeless. Now, Incredibles 2, another very good movie, a very good sequel, in my opinion. This is a good sequel.
Mhm.
HBH, your thoughts on Incredibles 2?
I love it, but I'm gonna say it's great.
Okay.
Only because I didn't really like the villain. It was kind of like you could see it when she's all like, "Oh, the heroes are bad." It's like, "Oh, gee, I wonder what you will be later in the movie." I really didn't like that compared to Syndrome. Like you could say, "Oh yeah, he's predictable," but really, no. Like, it's because I've seen people online say Syndrome's predictable, but to me, I thought Syndrome was like a surprise. Like, oh shoot, you were the kid. Now you're just killing heroes. Okay, love to see the family back. Love to see Violet. The freaking nose scene. Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
god!
God, oh my God, like,
Yeah,
holy
it's like, oh, that was
I
cracking
just
up.
laughed a lot. I still remember that.
Oh
So yeah,
man, that
Other
scene
than
was
that-
something.
great movie. Other than that, great movie.
Has David seen it? That is the question.
I know.
I was
David.
with you.
David.
I would say this is okay. Literally, the last time I saw this movie was when I went to watch it with y'all.
Dang.
I forgot about this movie. Honestly, this movie is so forgettable for me. I don't know. I just didn't think it was as good as the first one. I would say it's okay.
Oh,
Okay.
no,
XI.
I disagree
this,
with
fix
all
this.
the guys above me, except for you. I know you're crazy, but this is well. I agree with Julian on saying it's great, but I feel like this is the best sequel out of all the movies that we had so far right now. I'll say this is one of the best sequels. Really entertaining. I disagree with the villain part because I honestly thought the guy that was helping them was the villain. I thought he was gonna be the main villain, but nope, it was the sister all along, and her sensing to becoming the bad villain in this movie. Yeah, I'll give it a great.
I gotta say it's great overall. I like the Jack scenes and I like how it's the beginning starts off with the mole man, like back where we were left off.
Yup.
They never catch him though. Hopefully, Incredible 3. Well, I know they had a game about him, but I don't think that's canon anymore. So hopefully they do a whole movie about him, the mole man, the underminer.
The Underminer. Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, as what HBH said, like the villain, it was pretty predictable. For me, it felt predictable.
I agree with everyone here. Like this is a movie that we have waited for years. Like it was this years. It took years for this movie to come out, and I gotta say, it was a good comeback. It was a good return. Turning red, guys. I know y'all did a review recently. HBH, where would you put Turning Red on this list here?
Great. I'd say it's great.
Okay. Yeah, great.
I pretty much dig the message and the whole premise around puberty, hitting that time of age. I definitely dig that Pixar touched on this. I know some people on the internet really went bazonkers. Overall, I'd say it's a great movie.
Okay. David.
This movie, I give him props. I give Pixar props for touching on a for doing things differently. Obviously, there's like HBA said, it got a lot of hate for it, which I give him respects now that I look back at it. Uh, so just for that, they went with it. I feel like they stuck with it. I feel like there's so many. I feel like in their board meetings, I feel like there were some people that were saying, "Oh, I don't know, if we should do this or not." But I give them props for sticking with it, so I'll put it as a great.
Okay, okay. Nick. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
XI, your thoughts on
Trying to skip
Turning
me?
Red?
This is nowhere near the great movies to me. Nowhere near it. If you were
Okay.
gonna put this literally logically in this, I would put it on like okay, because it's literally to those areas, and I said my piece in the review.
Gotta give it a great. I wouldn't say timeless because not enough time has passed to where I could say timeless. So, as of yet, I wouldn't say timeless, but maybe might change my opinion later whenever time has passed, basically. But love the animation, the art style, the comedic timing, comedic moments were good, spot on, and the overall message was good. So, great overall.
Overall, I think Turning Red for me is a good movie. My biggest trope, now that I think about it, and now that I'm thinking about the movie, the facial expressions were like turned up like like a whole nother damn level. The facial expressions I did not like. They were really weird. I didn't like it. But overall, I say for me, Turning Red is a good movie. But I was doing the calculations. We had 3 greats, one okay and one good. So we're gonna go ahead and put it on great. All right. Now we go to
Disgusting.
these.
Nowhere near
Now-
those movies.
Oh man, now we go on to some timeless classics here. In my opinion, I feel like there was no miss for Toy Story.
Uh,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
Yes, you wait.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, yeah, we got to go through them first. All right, Toy Story 1, HBH. What are your thoughts on Toy Story 1?
It's timeless. I watched this movie so much I burnt the freaking thing. I'm serious. My parents told me, yeah, you watched the movie so much you burnt the freaking tape. I was like, are you serious? Yeah, they said you burnt it and you were like crying, like, what do you do? It's like, it's okay, we'll get another one. So I think that right there should say that I think it's timeless. The whole friendship dynamic between Buzz and Woody, just freaking love it. I love it all around. Animation, yes, it's weird, but hey, it's the first one. Give us some slack. Pioneers. So timeless.
David.
I don't. I shouldn't even say anything. It's timeless.
Shoot, dude, you already put it on the spot that I always already think of, man. Yeah, yeah, timeless, bro, timeless. I had Woody, I had Buzz Lightyear as a kid. This movie hit me hard.
Yeah.
This is the Pixar. This is the reason why I love Pixar movies. This is the movie why.
Mhm.
Timeless.
Timeless. Beginning of Pixar. Good beginning. Good start. Timeless.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with everyone here. I used to have a Woody toy as well. HBH, what do you think of Toy Story 2?
Timeless. Didn't burn this one, but I adore it. I love the introduction to the new characters, Jesse and I believe Bullseye.
Yeah.
I thought it was freaking cool. I thought they were cool as heck. All the doppelgangers of Buzz Lightyear, like the one coming with them. Love the message. But honestly, dude, that movie's timeless. Just do yourself a favor, people. Just go watch it. Just 1 through 4. Just go ahead. But timeless.
David.
Same, timeless. As you can see, this is the only second movie that's been on timeless. So Toy Story 2 was that movie. It was so good. The introduction was so good. Like HBS said it. Everything was good from this movie. Timeless it is.
Yeah, this is the one that people should really look up to. This is the only animated movie that hits sequel. This is the only one that hits the sequels hard, and then I give it timeless.
I gotta give it a timeless. I gotta say this one was better than the original to me.
Oh,
Way
I
better.
can agree with that though. I can agree with that.
I like the conveyor belt scene. Though. It's pretty cool. The airplane scene.
Oh yeah.
New
Oh, yeah,
characters they added. And the Zorg, whenever he's all like destroy Buzz Lightyear, he's just going through it.
Mhm.
And I like the little game scene at the very beginning. That was pretty. It was pretty. nice looking.
I also agree with everyone here when y'all say that Toy Story 2 is a absolute classic. It is timeless. My favorite scene, and this is like probably the most satisfying scene, is whenever that guy is fixing Woody, when he's like putting the
Oh,
polish and he's
yes.
painting him and he's sewing him back.
Aesthetic with
Oh,
the
absolutely, just a beautiful scene. Oh man, it was
Yeah,
great.
it was really beautiful.
It was a good scene. Toy Story 3, HBH.
I gotta say, timeless. I digged it. I hate you, Andy, because you're a freaking moron. You could have put him in the attic. But okay, you're going to college. Whatever. No, you get stored somewhere. I was very pissed off. Sorry. But yeah, definitely dug the message. It was kind of a tearjerker when what he said the famous line, "So long, partner."
Yeah.
That right there hit home. That right there, I was kind of like, "Well, I gotta leave him." Anyways, but overall, timeless. Animation was gorgeous.
Oh,
Mm.
looks like Toy Story's finally not getting a timeless. It seems. Let's hear it.
I like this movie, regardless of what I give it. I really liked it. I really like how it ended, but I will have to give it a great on this
Fair
one.
enough. Okay.
I didn't really quite like the middle part, but it's whatever.
timeless. I even though the ending should be the end of these guys, and the ending was really sad. It really
Mhm.
seeing Andy and Woody last moments together.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't want to think about it.
It's too much.
What?
It's too much.
I love the little when they go to the daycare. That's I like those scenes a lot when they get all smashed up by the little kids and all that.
Oh,
Mm.
that's alright,
The
yeah.
struggle there. Lotso hugging bear. He smells great in real life. Gonna say that.
Really? Does he?
Yeah, they have the
Hmm.
little stuffed animals of Lotso. Uh, I liked his villain as well. But yeah, I'll give it timeless.
All right, Nick. Thoughts on Toy Story 3?
I gotta give it a great, like what David said, how like it kind of like in the middle I kind of didn't, it was pretty slow,
Mhm.
there. I don't know, and Lotso didn't really feel like a big bad, like too big. He was like, without those two people, it was like useless. Without the big
Mhm.
baby and all that. But overall, great.
This is just me. I say Toy Story. No, I'm just kidding. Toy Story. Oh, that would have been a hot take. Toy Story 3 definitely for me is also a timeless classic. Like, this is the scene where they're like in that garbage thing and they're about to get burned, right?
That's
Yeah.
alright,
Yeah,
Yeah,
inappropriate for children.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, definitely for me, like it's just for me, Toy Story just does not miss, and Toy Story 3 is just it just hits the mark again. So this is a timeless for me.
Oh, they miss Buddy.
Toy
Yeah.
Story 4, HBH. What do you think of Toy Story 4?
Overall, that was great.
Okay.
It's to me, it's not timeless.
Oops.
Just because. Oh, well, I said great. He's like, oh, you think it's okay? Yeah, that was great overall. I did find it funny. Woody, ended up with his gal from the beginning, which was nice.
Mm.
But if you think
Bo
about
Peep,
it,
I think your name is.
yeah,
Right.
that was her name. Yeah, I did find it funny. He ended up with her. It's like, all right, guys, I'm gonna stay here, be a rodeo. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with HBH said all the things you said. I think this was more of a squeeze on Disney's side.
Mm.
I think this movie shouldn't have been made, in my opinion. So I give it a good.
Oh. All right. XI. What do you think of Toy Story 4?
I was gonna give it a great dude, but I
Mhm.
see it timeless, bro.
Oh, we have a
And
timeless.
I would say I'm the biggest Toy Story fan. I would say because
Mm-hmm.
even though this is a movie that I didn't think should have happened, it really hits the mark with like knowing where all these other toys are at. Like where's
Mhm.
and plus you honestly, they actually gave it a reason to watch this movie because you get to see where Woody's coming from. He's not the favorite toy anymore. You know,
Mhm.
his purpose was not there anymore. He was the leader, but
Yeah.
he didn't have to be the leader anymore. I give it a timeless, dude. It didn't miss.
Your thoughts?
I gotta give this a good, mainly on the animation and characters. But
Mm.
story overall, it completely trashes on Toy Story 3. Andy's choice of giving it to the girl. Story itself was just there. It honestly was useless. No point. There was no point of that story.
Mm.
Going with Bo Peep and all that, leaving like, bro, what are you doing? Like she wasn't mentioned in other, and then she pops up. She
Right.
mentioned in the first one, and after that,
I
bam.
think she was mentioned on the third one.
In my opinion, I wouldn't say Toy Story 4 is timeless. I know I said that Toy Story never misses, but
Oh, they missed.
this movie is not it's not good. And I wouldn't say it's okay either. It's not timeless, but it's definitely a great movie. It's definitely a must watch.
It's between somewhere timeless and great. But
Okay.
for the sake of it, I'll say great. That intro, sheesh. That intro had me freaking Jesus Christ. I never thought I'd
Oh
cry.
yeah.
But man, I was sad.
Very
as heck.
emotional intro.
Love the dynamic between him and the kid. I forgot
Russell.
his name. Thank you. Russell. I love the dynamic between them. First, he's like annoyed of him, like, oh, this kid's with me. But after a while, he grows, to
Sees him as a
understand
son.
him. Exactly. Sees him as a son because his real dad, I don't know where he's at,
Yeah.
but missing father figure. So he's like, oh shoot, and you realize he didn't have a son. His dad's not there, so it's like they grew stronger together and such. That was great. Love the animation.
One of my favorite films of all, my favorite Pixar film of all time.
I honestly thought you were gonna say this is probably the worst Pixar movie I've ever seen. I'm like, oh
No.
my God, I'm about to lose it right now. I was gonna lose it.
Up really hit to me, even as a kid.
Mm.
I knew the meaning, and growing up, that meaning is way bigger than I thought of it as a kid. So I hold it dearly to my heart.
Don't have kids.
Like HB had said, the introduction was sad, but the meaning at the end, it's just perfect. I would say this is timeless.
It's bad. No,
It's
I'd
bad.
imagine. Oh
this
my
is
God.
this is Time's movie. This is a timeless one. I like. This is a route. This is another route that Pixar took that literally went another way
Mhm.
than we would have thought, and how they executed was insane. And it's so funny how his dream was to have the house up there, and it happened.
I like their dynamic between the old guy and Russell. I like their little dynamic. I love how the house basically what X I said about the house on the I like the ending where the house is on the cliff. That was a pretty good ending. And overall I gotta give it a great.
Oh my God, imagine. Now it's my turn, and I gotta say, Up for me is a timeless classic. Up is just so, it's just so good.
It was up there.
I really, what'd you say? It's up there, yeah. Up is definitely up there with the greats for sure. Wally, this is
You gotta say it like the robot.
Wally.
Uh,
HVH, what do you think of Wally?
I think it's timeless. I from the first moment. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, it got
like,
big.
okay. From the moment I saw it, as the trailer came out. From the moment I saw the trailer, I was intrigued. I was like, "Oh, dang, this is a robot." Okay. And then after seeing it, I've seen this movie multiple times. Love the dynamic between Wally and the roach. I mean Eve. But overall, I think it's timeless. Like, I think you could just pop it in and be like, "Yeah, I'll watch it."
All right, David, what do you think of Wally?
Honestly, I really liked it. Being in space and the world, the universe in this movie is so interesting.
They really
You
get in
just
space.
you just want to see more of it. But yeah, it's really good. I like the whole aspect of no one's on Earth no more. They all left, so they left Wally in the like picking up trash and stuff. But honestly, for me, it was timeless.
it's timeless. Yeah, I love everything about it. This is another movie that they went somewhere else, and they literally smashed it.
Mhm.
And I give it a timeless.
It's a smash hit. It's a smash. It's a Wally, as they say. But what's it called? My favorite part though is the ending. Whenever they show how like they started from the beginning, and then they started like rebuilding their civilization on the
Yeah.
You're talking
Yeah.
about the credits, right? Like
yeah the credits
the
they
credit
show
scenes. Yeah.
like they start off from like caveman age or like the
Mm.
stone age, and they start like building more and more to society, and they, at the ending they have the ship in the background, but it's like just
Yeah.
there covered in plants and all that.
I was originally gonna put Wally in great, but after hearing what everyone had to say, I'm just like, holy crap, you're right.
Mm.
Yeah, I also have to agree with everyone here and put Wally in, in timeless with the greats up there.
Did it
So,
help with proving their point on global warming?
uh,
It's
the
gonna
world
happen
may
again.
never know.
It's gonna happen.
And
Everything. We're all gonna get fat and everything, bro.
we're gonna get
Jeez.
fat. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me today in this episode of the Gaming City tier list. Hope you all had fun as much as I did,
Yes,
and I hope you, the viewer, also enjoyed watching this. But we hope to see you next time on our next tier list. We hope you have a good one. Peace out, guys.
See you guys.
Oblivion.